Damn, I need a haircut. But hey, welcome to today's video. First of all, thank you so much for checking this video out. It means a lot to me. I would have never expected this to even reach one viewer, so if you are the only viewer, then I already accomplished my goal. Second of all, this is really exciting for me because what I'm showing you right now is a project I've been working on. This project has taken me a very long time to create because it just involves so much. I don't want to say busy work, but a lot of, I don't know. It's just, it was a lot of work, and I'm just excited now that it's kind of complete. So let's just jump right into it. Introducing what I like to call the player comp machine, and this is huge for me, and it's exciting because I get to talk about it. So while I'm going through this, if you want to read through that, by all means you can. I mean, the file, by the way, is enclosed in the description menu down below. So I encourage you to download this and check it out for yourself. But if you want to know what it is before you download anything, I'm going to explain it to you. So I know a lot of you probably play basketball or something like that, right? And maybe you watch the NBA. So I know personally, I and a lot of my friends as well are sometimes curious about, okay, what would our NBA player comp be, right? If we were good enough to play in the NBA, which, I mean, none of us in my group are good enough to play in the NBA, but hypothetically, if we were, a lot of us would wonder, okay, who would we be most similar to? Or even if we're not even going to go into the NBA, which we're not, but a lot of us are always curious, okay, whose playstyle do we most mirror in real life, right? And I'm sure a lot of you have the same exact question as well. I mean, I'd be shocked if we're the only ones who ever thought that. So essentially, what this machine does is it answers that question for you. All you have to do is input some ratings, and it's going to tell you how to do that in the instructions. But you just type in your ratings, and then basically the machine will do the rest for you. This is version 1 of the machine, so I plan on releasing updates maybe weekly, maybe bi-weekly. I haven't decided on that yet, but updates are coming. But right now there's 25 possible players you can get, and out of those 25 players, hopefully you get the one you like the most. Who knows? But let's go through how this works. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open the actual machine tab, and you can see this is what the machine is going to look like, right? Now, obviously this is not it, right? There's obviously background stuff happening. There is another spreadsheet. I've just chosen to hide it. I've chosen to hide it because I don't want it to distract anybody. I don't want people accidentally messing with something and then their whole system breaks. I don't want anything like that happening. So I've hidden that page. If you're curious on how to make a machine like this, just feel free to comment that down below, and if I see enough people requesting that, I'll make a tutorial video on how to make a calculator like this. That way you can go out and make your own, maybe, if you don't like the one I made for some reason. But I think I saved you guys a lot of work if you were interested in doing something like that. But anyways, yes, there is another spreadsheet that goes through the background stuff. It pulls the numbers you put in here and runs it through cross-reference checks, all sorts of lists and stuff to put numbers. So a lot of background work happening just hidden from you. So let's go through how this works. So as you can see, this is where your results are going to come. Do not mess with the yellow, right? You don't want to type in anything into the yellow. You're going to ruin everything if you do that, right? What you want to do is come into these white areas, right? So you can see it says test input abilities on a scale 1 to 5. Then it's basically saying, okay, on a scale 1 to 5, rate yourself on A, size. All right, so how big are you? So I'll go through this so that you guys can see how it works. So as you can see, all you gotta literally do, okay, so in my group, I'm probably a 4 on the size scale, right, 1 through 5, right? Or if you want to just be general about it, if you're not 6'2" or something, you're probably like a 1 if you're going by NBA standards, which is why I encourage you to do it based on your group, which is what I'm doing, but that's all that depends on you. But yeah, size, I would say I'm a 4 in our group, right? 3-point shooting, I would like to say I'm like, okay, I'm not anything special, but I can shoot a 3 if I need to. Mid-range is my bread and butter. In our group, I'm probably like a 5 in that. As far as close shots go, I have trouble finishing sometimes, but I would say that goes in layups and finishing. For a close shot, I would say I have a decent jumper 3. Layups and finishing, I struggle with 2. Passing, right? I think I'm a pretty good passer. I'll give myself a 4 for that. My handles are absolute dog shit, so I'm going to give myself a 1 for that. And then perimeter defense, I'm a great defender, and interior defense, I'm a solid defender. Steals, I can get my steals if I need to. I'll give it a 4. For rebounds, I'm like middle of the pack, I'd say a 3. For speed, I think I'm one of the faster ones, and for strength, I'd say I'm also one of the stronger ones. And you can see I got a comp of Jaren Jackson with a mix of Giannis, right? And what it's showing me is my similarity to him, right? It's showing 38.46, and then the Giannis is 30.77. Now, all that similarity scale means is basically when you put a value in. So when I put a value of 4 for size, right? That means, so essentially what it's doing is all these players, they're in a list, right? And basically what this thing is doing in layman's terms is it's searching for that name in specific lists, right? And how many ever times that player's name came up in those lists is basically it'll count that up and then put that over all the total possibilities to get the percentage. I don't know if that made sense. I'm trying to figure out a better way to explain that. Let's see. Okay, yeah, so let me explain it this way. So for size, right? If you maybe put up 5, you're probably going to get, it pulls a total of 5 players, right? It's going to pull probably Jokic, Embiid, Cat, players like that, right? So I put a 4, so I'll probably pull Jaren because of that, right? And then probably for 3s, right? Jaren has a mid 3. He's not like insane from 3, but he's not terrible. So maybe he ranked at a 3. That's the second time Jaren got pulled. So I'll keep doing that, and then I'll count how many times that name was pulled out of 13, because there's 13 different lists that are going to pop up, and then you're going to get that percentage. So if you're listening carefully and you know Excel, then you probably kind of get a feel for how I created this calculator. But if you don't know Excel, that's totally okay. If you want to learn how to make this calculator, like I said, I'm more than happy to show you guys how. It's just going to be a very, very long process to do that, and I want to make sure people actually want that before I spend a lot of time making that video. But yeah, that's basically literally it for this video. Basically the reason I made this video is to show you how to use the machine, as well as, you know, provide the machine for you. Now you can see strengths is blank. I'm gonna remove that. I'm straight up gonna remove that, because honestly, if you know the NBA, then you know these players' strengths. If you don't, just look them up, right? Or maybe I'll add strengths later. I don't know. I haven't decided on that. But right now, the strengths section does not work. I want to put the disclaimer out there in case someone get confused. It does not work. But now let's get into how you can do it. If you are interested in downloading the machine and running it with your friends, you know, just seeing which comps you guys compare to, I put the link to the Excel file down in the description menu below. So just open up the description to this video and you'll see a link that'll let you download the Excel file, and then you can just play around in it all you want. This is version 1. Upcoming in version 2, I'm going to release version 2. I've already decided what updates are coming in that. Look out for player grades as well as overall. So I got Jaren, right? But obviously some of my stats are mid. Me putting, I don't know, these stats versus someone who went 1 all the way and somehow got Jaren, which is not possible, by the way. You can't do that. I've tried it. I'll 1 everything. You can play around and see who you get with that. But it's not Jaren. But say it did get Jaren, and I put these stats and I also got Jaren. Obviously, the person who put all 1s and me, we're not created equal, right? Because that guy's terrible at everything and somehow got Jaren. And I just had more Jaren, so I got Jaren, right? What I plan on doing is releasing player grade and overall. That's going to tell you the quality of your comp. So say someone put all 5s and got Jokic, right? They're probably going to get an A+ comp versus someone who was like 5, 4, 2, 4, 3, and they got, I don't know, like Jokic again. This time it might be a quality of C+. It'll just average out those numbers. And it'll also tell your overall grade based on the scores you put, right? So I plan on adding that stuff too, as well as expanding the player pool, but that'll probably come in version 3. Version 1, this is literally just to test it out and see how many people actually like the software. And also, if you have any recommendations, please leave them in this video after you download the software and try it out for yourself. Go ahead and leave some recommendations or feedback you have in the comment section. I'll read through it and I'll fix the software based on what you guys want. But anyways, that's literally it. This was a longer video for this kind of Excel thing because I wanted to explain everything. In the future, the videos will be way shorter. It'll just be describing the updates that are coming through, as well as providing a link to the new version. But anyways, that's it. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you give this a try, and if you like it, please recommend this channel, and also feel free to share that Excel file with other people. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you so much for watching, and have a phenomenal day. Good luck.